ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। ओम श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ। ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकारगुणार्तमहाविभूत्या ओंकारमर्मप्रतिपादिनेभ्यां नमो नमः। श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्याम् उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम। Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Invoking the grace of all gurus of our Guru Parampara, invoking the grace of Pujya Swamiji and all my gurus who taught me from Sri Vidya to Vedanta, with all due respects to them and pranams to their lotus feet. We begin our session in which we are going to study about Sri Vidya Upasana and Vedanta. When I announced this topic as the topic for the next class, I received a lot of messages, both supporting and doubting. So I would like to share at the opening. Why this topic? What for? How this will be helpful for me? And Vasanji, people are telling not able to listen. Kind attention, admin people. People are not able to listen, it seems.
Swamiji, we are able to hear clearly.
Only video and no audio they have reported. If you are now receiving, please let me know by chat. Audible? If it is audible, please let me know through chat. Yeah, some people are listening. Yeah. Getting audio and video clearly. Thank you. Better you increase your volume, because here I am speaking very loudly. Very loudly I am speaking. Those who have requested for volume, please confirm now. Yes. Now, why this topic? Whenever we give classes or lectures, we used to explain about the topics and the significance of that particular topic. In this topic, we have two parts. One part, which is the first part, is Sri Vidya, and another part is Vedanta. So I would like to explain these two terms first. Most of you are the earlier participants of our lectures, Sri Vidya classes, and some of you are initiated people who are here by me, who are devotees of Sri Lalitambika for the past 30 years. At the same time, new people who are eagerly waiting to know about Sri Vidya are also there. So it is my responsibility to explain from the basics. And it will be an added advantage for the senior scholars also, as the Shastra says, Shravanam Kuryat. Always do Shravanam. Shravanam Uttamam. So you do Shravanam if you are well versed with the topic. Sri Vidya is Upasana. What is Upasana? As Upasana says, Upasana, Upa means near, sitting near, asana, sitting. Sitting near is Upasana, Upasana. In Vedas, there are two parts. The first part is Karma Kanda. The second part is Jnana Kanda. The Karma Kanda portion of Chaturvedas guides us to lead a healthy, wealthy, prosperous, harmonious life with values. Values in Vedas are nothing but dharma. It is the first Purushartha and followed by Artha and Kama. These three Purusharthas are meant for karma. One who is completing all his learnings and understandings and a Vedic way of living is becoming an adhikari to enter into Jnana Kanda. Otherwise not. So adhikaritvam, to enter into Jnana Kanda, adhikaritvam can be translated as eligibility, but eligibility here should not be seen with a reference point of the subject, with the reference point of the seeker, because it is good not to enter into Jnanakandam unless we complete enough practice of Karma Kanda. It is good not to enter into Jnanakanda. That is why all gurus will emphasize karma. But without experiencing or practicing proper karma, if one comes to jnanam, there are two possibilities. One may complete his task, or he may be stopped somewhere. He will be in dilemma. What is the reason for his unsuccessfulness in Jnanakandam, in seeking the knowledge, wisdom of the ultimate reality? Is the insufficient practice in karma. Karma makes one eligible to understand the supreme reality of Brahman. If you are willing to understand Brahman, if you are aiming for Brahma Jnanam, which is called as self-knowledge, you should prepare yourself with karma. No doubt in it. Unless we prepare ourselves with karma, fulfillment of karma, one's own religious duties, we will not be successful in understanding the true right knowledge. That is why, after studying the knowledge, the profound knowledge by great scholars, teachers like Pujya Swamiji, it is my opinion, most of the people struggle in Jnanakandam, in understanding, studying the Jnanakandam, because the lack of completeness in karma. What is karma? Karma is one's own duty. Nitya karma is the first duty of oneself. Nitya karma includes pujas, Sandhya Vandanam, Gayatri Japa, and regular prayers and rituals. In that, a brahmachari is supposed to do his duties as Brahma Yajnam. A grihastha is supposed to do his duty with Agnihotram. And a grihastha who has entered into Vanaprastha is supposed to do upasana, where we are standing. Upasana. And that will give purification of antahkarana, antahkarana shuddhi. This is the essential part of understanding. Why I should not study without practicing karma? Because you will study, you will get the Shravanam, but it will not become assimilated. If you want to get assimilated the knowledge, assimilate the knowledge, there should be a purified land. What is land? Manas buddhi chitta hankara is the land in which you are going to plant the vriksha of jnanam, jnana vriksham. For that you have to cultivate. If at all you want to plant some trees, some mango trees you want to plant, you will cultivate the land. You will remove the impurities. You will add fertilizers, energize the land. Then you will receive the seed. That seed will grow very fast. So now, in the opening of this topic, I have emphasized the importance of karma, which includes dharma, artha, kama, and nitya karma, anushtana. In Vedic understanding, karma means anushtana and also one's own swadharma, one's own duties. And most of us are not following the traditions which we have lost before 100 years. We have lost our language, Sanskritam, we have lost. We have lost our roots of culture. We are scattered throughout the world in different cultures, in different linguistic backgrounds, other than our mother cult, other than our mother language, mother tongue, or Sanskritam, the Deva Bhasha. Later, in the modern days, speaking in mother tongue was considered low. Speaking in English is considered as high. Then where is the place for Sanskritam? So we have lost our traditions. Even our elders, they don't know certain procedures, why we are doing. What is the significant factor behind this ritual? What is this mantra? What is the meaning of this mantra? We don't know. Mechanically we live. We are totally in the material world, which leads to destruction. This is like pleasure-seeking phenomena. Everybody wants some pleasure. Indriya Sukham, sensual pleasures, without dharma leads to destruction. Kama is greed, but with dharma. Kama here doesn't mean sensual pleasures alone, all kinds of material desires are kamaha. Artha is all kinds of securities we earn for our temporary existence. Security is artha. Artha is money, wealth. So these two should be based on dharma. Dharma is the bedrock of our Vedic life system. Vedic view of life is dharma. Establishing dharma is the Vedic view. Artha and kama should be based on dharma. And now there comes a question, what is this dharma? Most of the people in the modern time are thinking dharma means which comes or goes without a caste. Something comes free of caste, something given free of caste is dharma. That is also a part of dharma. Dhana is dharma. But dhanam is not only the dharma. Dharma is the way of living without hurting the self and without hurting the others is dharma. Manasa, vachaka, karmanaha, without hurting others. Don't hurt by words. Don't hurt by mind. Don't hurt by deed. So this is the purification of 3H. To keep in mind 3H. The first H is purify the head. Second H is purify your hand. Finally, purify your heart. So head is the upalabdhi sthana, where this manas and intelligence live. So purify your manas, purify your buddhi, purify your inner heart, purify your ego. Manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, shuddhi. This is the first task. To be successful in karma. To be successful in jnanam, karma is essential. To be successful in karma, this shuddhi is essential. That is why when we start any puja, sthala shuddhyartam punyaha vachanam karishyamaha Gange cha yamune chaiva godavari saraswati narmade sindhu kaveri jale asmin sannidham kuru. Sannidham kuru. Then we do prokshana. We sprinkle the water all around the place to purify the place. Then we do karashuddhi. Angushtabhyam namaha, darjanibhyam namaha, madhyamabhyam namaha, anamikabhyam namaha, kanishtikabhyam namaha, karadalakaraprushtabhyam namaha. We are doing karashuddhi. Why we have to do karashuddhi? Not with sanitizer. Nowadays we are depending on alcohol sanitizer, alcohol based sanitizer. We are trying to purify our hands. It is a grass level purification, whereas this Angushtabhyam namaha, Darjanibhyam namaha, Madhyamabhyam namaha, Anamikabhyam namaha, Kanishtikabhyam namaha, Karadalakara Prashtabhyam namaha is the subtle purification. subtlest purification, sukshmartha, karashuddhi. O Lord, my hands have done many papas knowingly or unknowingly. Please make this pure. That is karashuddhi. Then mantra shuddhi, upakarana shuddhi. Upakarana is the what are all the instruments you have, panchapatra, etc., kalas, etc. All those things should be purified. Then digbandhana. Om Bhurvam Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jana, Om Tapa, Om Satyam. Om Apa Jyotira Samritam Bhurbhuva Swarom Iti Digbandha. We are protecting the place because now we have purified. Then other impurities should not come in subtle form. Then Manashuddhi, Buddhi Shuddhi, Atma Shuddhi, all are Shuddhis. The Purvanga, the beginning portion of the pujas are based on Shuddhis. Then there comes the Nyasa. Once it is purified, we invoke the Devatas. We invoke Devatas in and out. Antarnyasaha, Bahyanyasaha we do. Then only the puja begins. We see everything as Ishvara. Because our Vedas are particular about this. All that here is Ishvara, is the famous saying of Pujya Swamiji. Ishavasyam idam sarvam, idam sarvam. Sarvam Ishvaramayam. So everything is Ishvara. With this, our puja begins. Now, Avahayami, Dhyayami. You have to do. You have to invoke Devata, whoever Devata, Mahaganapati or Subramanya or Devi or Shivaha. You have to invoke that particular Devata in your Alambanam. What is Alambanam? The Alambanam is the centralized concentration. A material used for centralized concentration is called Alambanam, in which you have to invoke. You have to invoke that particular Devata. Invoking is the first step. From where I am invoking, from where I have to bring, you have to bring within. From within, you have to bring. You have to bring out from within, from your inner heart. That is Kamalavasini. Kamalavasini Namaha. You are invoking Devi as Hridaya Kamalavasini and you are bringing it out, and now you are superimposing on your Alambanam. It may be a statue of Devi, or it may be a cone of turmeric powder, it may be a cone of cow dung, or it may be a picture, or it may be a deepa. Whatever it may be, you will invoke, because you said Gange cha Yamune chaiva. On a part of water which is locally available, you invoked all rivers, as like as now you are invoking Devatas in one Alambanam. In one centralized material, you are invoking. Then you are doing all the upachara. अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि, आचनं समर्पयामि, आसनं समर्पयामि, आचमनीयं समर्पयामि, पादयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि. All upacharas you are going to do. And then archana, stotra, all these things are followed. And finally, prarthana, ayurdehi, very important. Dhanam dehi, vidyam dehi, maheshwari, samastam akilam dehi, dehi me parameshwari, prarthana. No wrong in doing the prarthana. You are supposed to do prarthana. And after the prarthana, you do nivedyam, upacharas again. And finally, there is a special mantra in all pujas, whether it is a Ganapati Homam at your home or a Kumbhabhisheka. From Ganapati Homam to Kumbhabhisheka, I am telling, Avahana mantras are there. In Ganapati Avahanam, Gananam Tva Ganapati Hum Havamahe Kaving Kavinam Upamastravastavam Jashtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadhana Shranvannodibihi Sidasadanam Om Mahaganapataye Namaha Asmin Bimbe Mahaganapatim Dhyayami Avahayami Sindurarana Vigraham Trinayanam Manikyamaulishpuratara Nayaka Shikaram. All mantras you can say. Lalitambikam Dhyayami Avahayami. You can say. But now puja is over. You have to send the Devata back. You cannot keep your guest. You have invited the Devata. You cannot keep the Devata sitting in your puja room as your guest. What you have to do? You have to do Visarjanam. Visarjanam means what? Send off. You have to do send off. Then, while I was studying, I was expecting a big mantra to send off because the Guruji said all the mantras to invite the Devatas. Very long mantras, upacharas. So send off also will be a grand send off, no? If I am coming to your home, you will receive with Purna Kumbham, malas, Pada Pujas, everything. You do or not, I don't know, but I am telling if any gurus are coming, they used to do in our Sampradaya. Okay. Then, while sending also, you should do all the rituals and respects, you know. You have to come up to the Vahanam, you have to do the namaskaras and send the Acharya or the Guru or whoever visits you as the Atithi, as the guest, you have to do. But here I was waiting for the mantra to be taught. But what came, you know, as mantra? Avahanam na janami, puja vidim na janami, Kramasva Parameshwara. Oh Ishvara, I don't know how to send you out. I don't know how to invite you. Avahanam na janami, Visarjanam na janami, Puja vidim na janami, Kramasva, you forgive me. Suddenly an idea came into my mind. When everything is Ishvara, why to invite and invoke and send off? All these are drama only, no? The Karta of the puja knows this is a formal puja which is figuratively done, as though done, but whether you invite Devata or not, Ishvara is present everywhere. Even though you have done send off, Ishvara is there in you, as you, and everywhere. All that here is Ishvara. So slowly the Bhakta who believes that himself and the Ishvara are two slowly becomes informed. The uninformed Bhakta thinks that I am different from the Devata. I am an ordinary Jivaha with all Sukha and Dukkha. Devata is very powerful. So Devata Upasana will save me. So whatever I wish, Devata will give you the boon. This is the beginner's idea. And some upasanas stop there itself. Yes, you will be blessed by your deity. You will be blessed by your Devata, Upasana Devata. And in some tantric traditions, there are some upasanas very peculiar. Yeah, Swarnakarshana Puja is there. Some mantras are there. I know. If you come to me, I will tell you. What mantra it is, if you chant that 1008 times midnight, 12 a.m., if you chant that, then sleep. Early morning, if you open the door, you will see golden coins. People are believing this and doing this, waiting for golden coins. But Shastra says, hey, you are the gold, Kanna. Why do you expect gold? You are the gold. The gold is within you. Don't search gold outside. If I say like this, there is no job for this world, so it is telling there is no gold. This will be the criticism of people and they will run away. But something attractive is told, people run behind that. When it is inquired, vicharaha, you do vichara, then you will understand slowly that what I search is not outside, what I search is within. No Upasana Marga says this. I will tell you. All Upasana Margas of dualism, Dvaita Bhava, there is only one Marga, there is only one Upasana Marga available in this world, is Lalita tradition, Sri Vidya Kramam. Sri Vidya Kramam is the only one tradition in which you have Saguna Upasana and Nirguna Upasana. When we were studying about Lalita Sahasranama, we taught what is Saguna Upasana, what is Nirguna Upasana. In Lalita Sahasranama, you have a reference Sri Vidya, Mahavidya, Atma Vidya. Sri Vidya and Mahavidya are all of Dharma Artha Kama. Atma Vidya is of Brahma Jnana. Devi is in these three forms. So, the prayer for wants slowly changes as understanding. The prayer which was based on faith and belief slowly changes as understanding, wisdom. That is the true contribution of our Vedas at the end portion, which are nothing but Upanishads. Lalita Sahasranama says, Sarvopanishad Utkushtaye Namaha. All Upanishads are praising you, Devi, because you are the Brahman. In Lalita Sahasranama, I told 5 way of doing this upasana. The first level is Thula upasana. That is the Bhakti Marga and Karma Yoga Marga. Then there comes the Mantra Yoga Marga. Devi is seen as Mantra. Devi is seen as Devata, first level. Second level, Devi is seen as the Mantra. Also a Yantra. Mantra is Shabda Rupa. Yantra is Prakasha Rupa. Light form, sound form. Sound form is Mantra. Light form is Yantra. Then there comes Kamakala Rupa. The Bijakshara for Kamakala in Srividya Upasana is Kleem. This is the gross. Kleem is the gross. And the subtle is Eem. Eem iti Kamakala Rupaha. Eemkara Rupinye Namaha. Eem is the Kamakala Rupa. What is Kamakala Rupam? All that here is Ishvara is Kamakala. Seeing everything as divine is Kamakala Rupa. First one is Thula. Second one is Sukshma. That is Mantra. Then there comes Sukshmatara. Sukshmatara, Tara Pratyaya is used with Sukshma. It is the Kamakala Rupa. Then there comes the Sukshmatama. Most. Good, better, best. Tama Pratyaya, Tara Pratyaya, Tama Pratyaya. Now Tama Pratyaya is added. Sukshmatama. Sukshmatama is Kundalini Yoga. With all yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, the yoga is done. Kundalini Yoga. 4th level. And 5th level is Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam. Totally out of these 4. These 4 are Saguna Upasana. The 5th one is Shuddha Chaitanya Rupa is Nirguna Upasana and its outcome. Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam is not Nirguna. Nirguna Upasana. The Upasana is towards this Nirgunatvam. So from this, what we have understood? From when you pray, you start with the 2 hands. When you, Devi, please give me, please save me, please give me wealth, give me prosperity, save my child, save my family, all these things we pray. And when you do the conclusion, you fold your hands. Doing the namaskara, namaste, namahate. The duality is removed. Non-dualism is understood. And you are closing your eyes and thinking within. That is the Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam. Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam Aham Asmi. So the meaning of Aham, which begins with Ahankara, ends with Aham Brahmasmi. This is the total journey. When I start the prayer for my wants. My wants means that my is the body, mind, sense complex. But when I end up with Vedanta realization, that my becomes Aham. So that aham is the key for Sri Vidya, understanding aham. So we start with ahankaraha, which is thinking that I am the body mind sense complex. Ending up with aham means Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam, 5 steps. This is what we are going to teach. We are going to teach about how to do the pujas. For that, I have taken the Nava Avarana Puja. I am going to teach you how to do Nava Avarana Puja. What is this Avarana? Maya Shakti has 2 forces. One is Avarana, another is Vikshepa. Avarana hides the truth. Vikshepa shows the truth as a falsehood. The rope is hidden and snake is projected, which hides is Avaranam, which projects wrongly is Vikshepa. So here, Nava Avarana. In Srividya Sampradaya, we have Nava Avarana, 9 steps of hindrances are removed. That procedure, of course, it is a dualistic approach, Dvaita Bhavana, with external worship, and that is puja. Puja is always outward with Dvaita Bhava. Puja is done on an alambanam in which Ishvara is invoked. That is puja, which is very much essential. Even after knowing Aham Brahmasmi, we have to do puja only. Puja is something great. I will explain who is the doer of the puja, who is the receiver of the puja. At the end of the class, you will come to know who is the giver. You know very well that. Even now you will understand if I say this jocularly. Pranaya swaha, panaya swaha, vyanaya swaha, samanaya swaha, udanaya swaha. You are doing. And then who is doing the swaharam? The person who has done the Naivedyam eats the Naivedyam. Now it goes really to the Ishvara. Previously also it was a drama. When you swallow it, it really goes to Ishvara. Then slowly the Bhaktaha becomes the Mumukshu, Jignasu, and finally he becomes Jnani. A Mumukshu can claim that I am a Mumukshu. Now we will study Atma Bodha. In that we will say what is the Adhikaritvam for a Mumukshu. The seeker is Mumukshu. But a Jnani will never declare that I am a Jnani. If he declares, then we have to doubt. Nobody will declare that I have become a Jnani from January 1st. No one will say. Real Jnanis will never say. So this is our aim. I am going to teach the pujas, methods of pujas, for which I have selected the Navavarna Puja on the Devi, the Stula Rupam of Devi, on the Mahameru, on the Sri Chakra. What is these three? What are all these 3 things? Stula Rupam of Devi is having the 4 dimension with a Rupa, with a form, a Stri Rupa, a Matru Rupa, Mata Rupam is there. With height, length, breadth. There is a Rupam. When you go to Mahameru, it has no Stri Rupa or Purusha Rupa. It is a three-dimensional figurative expression of this universe. And when it becomes two-dimensional, it is called Sri Yantra. And our aim is to close our eyes and go inwardly and meditate to find the one dimension. Then even to cross that dimension and understand the dimensionless existence. Sat Chit Ananda. No time, no space. Desha Kala Parichinnaya Namaha. Desha Kala Aparichinnaya Namaha. This is the total program. So in Sri Vidya part, this Upasana is very important. Nama, Rupa, Shabda, Artha Upasana basis. First, Saguna Upasana is done. From Saguna Upasana, we go to Nirguna Upasana. In Saguna Upasana, Nama and Rupa are important because we see everything in this world in Nama Rupa as the names and forms. If you remove that names and forms, all are one. Names and forms are the reasons for multitude. One single gold can be made as an ear ornament, a nose ornament, a necklace, not necklace, necklace, bangle, whatever you want, you can make, but all are made out of gold. So all are Nama Rupa. So we worship Nama Rupa. How many Nama? How many Rupa? 1,000 Namas, 1,000 Rupas. 300 Namas, 300 Rupas. Sahasra Namavalihi, Trishatihi. We worship. And our aim is to cross the limitations. There may be some akshepam. Purva Pakshi will say, all these things should not be given. It should be a secret. It should not be taught online. It's a great secret. No, there is no secret. Everybody in our tradition should know Aham Brahmasmi. That is called Upanayanam. What is Upanayanam? We offer Yajnapavitam when the boy is 8 years old. Upanayanam. An additional I is given. And it is told, what is the Upadesham? Brahmopadesham. When this Brahmopadesham takes place? When the boy is 8 years old. What is the Brahmopadesham? You are not this body, mind, sense complex. You are Brahman. This is told in Vedic tradition when the boy is 8 years old. He will not understand. That is different. But it is told or not? It is told. Brahmopadesham. After that, he is doing karma to purify himself. Now I have got the seed. Now you have got the seed. Who am I? Aham Brahmasmi. The seed is given. But my Manas Buddhi Chitta Ahankara, the inner instruments, are not ready because it has lot of impurities. Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lopa, Moha, Matsarya. I have to purify it. For this purification, I need a sadhana. The power of meditation is purification. The power of yoga is purification of the physical body as well as the Panchakoshas. Not only Annamaya Kosha, all koshas. Panchakoshas. Purification is karmam. The aim is not over, one part is over. Lalita Sahasranama is the only one text which speaks for both karma and jnana, which speaks for both external worship and internal worship, which speaks for both Atma and Anatma. So this is the best text to be studied. That is why I told Sri Vidya, Mahavidya, Atma Vidya Rupini. Sri Vidya is for material. Shri means wealth, prosperity, Aishwaryam. What kind of wealth? Kidrusham Dhanam, Dharmika Dhanam, Uttamam Dhanam. Not stealing from others, not exploiting others, not hurting others. The dhanam, the money should come in the righteous way. Then it is purified. That is why, how to purify my money? I have money, I have earned. Then our Shastra says, do dhana. Dhanam is the way to purify money. How to purify my body? Do karma yoga. Karma yoga is without expectation helping others. That purifies my physical body. How to purify my mind? Do upasana. Upasana is the only way to purify the inner instruments. Anta Karana Shuddhi. So Upasana has a great value in our Vedic tradition as it purifies and prepares the sadhaka for higher wisdom. In that, we take lot of Upasanas methods are there. In Shastra, Taittiriya Upanishad, you will see the reference of 32 Vidyas. There are 32 Vidyas told in Upanishads. In those Vedic days, 32 Vidyas were in practice. Of course, in that Sri Vidya is not told, but Sri Vidya was in practice from time immemorial. In Vedas, this Shrihi Pada is there, Kamaha Pada is there, Kamala Pada is there. By way of understanding the Shrihi, Kamaha, Kamala Padas, it indirectly indicates Sri Vidya Upasana. It is not openly told anywhere. We have later commentaries for Sri Vidya texts. We have Tripura Upanishad. For our Sri Vidya reference, we have Sri Chakra, Sri Yantra. We have texts, Vedic texts. So it is not non-Vedic. Sri Vidya is Vedic, very much Vedic. And in the next class, I will start with the history of Sri Vidya in India, particularly in South India. And this tradition is based on Vedic tradition and all the mantras available in Sanskrit. So it is a Vedic tradition. Then we have given the target. What is your target? Now the sadhaka is in front of me listening this online class from miles and miles away. You are listening. And I have a message for you. What is that message? That message is Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. It is a Vedic message. That is the ultimate message of Sri Vidya tradition. What is the proof? Lalita Sahasranama says, Tasmai Namaha, Tubhyam Namaha, Ayye Namaha. Tat Tvam Ayi. Asi is told as Ayi in Lalita Sahasranama. Tat Tvam Asi is told. So Lalita Sahasranama is based on Upanishad. The core secret of Lalita Sahasranama is Tattvamasi. The core secret of Sri Vidya Upasana is Tattvamasi. What is Tattvamasi and all? We are going to study about 4 months. We are going to conduct this class. Alternative days we are going to study. So I am summarizing the syllabus, what we are going to study. At the first instant, we are going to study the Lagu Navavarana Puja, the easy method of doing the external worship, Saguna Upasana. Later, we are going to take it to Sri Vidya Dhyana, Antarmukha Darshana. Antarmukha Darshana, Antarmukha Dhyana, we are going to teach. And the basic Pancha Dashakshari mantra is going to be taught. 15 syllable mantra is called Pancha Dashakshari mantra. And the significance of those mantras we will teach. So in the first instant, in the first class itself, I have given you the target. My dear Atma Bandhu, your target is understanding Tattvamasi. Swamiji, what I should do? Start the Upasana. Start the Prarthana. Start the Japa. Purify yourself first. That is the first step. So Sri Vidya is to aim for Atma Vidya. Ultimate goal is Atma Vidya. First step is Sri Vidya. I started my life with all sufferings. I know what is suffering. From that, I started understanding the suffering. From that time onwards, when I was worrying about the suffering, I could not come over the suffering. When I started understanding about suffering, I was able to come out of the suffering. People used to ask me, Swamiji, when my suffering will stop? When my physical suffering, disease will come to an end? I have only one answer. My dear son, this disease will come to an end, another disease will start. Why do you worry about disease? This corona will go. The corona version 2 may come. Corona version 3 in new wrapper, well packed, may come. Swamiji, when my financial strains will come to an end? When my son will study? When my daughter will listen to me? When my opponent will go away? All these questions are there. About suffering, everybody is suffering. The only answer from Shastra, if you remove this suffering, new suffering is ready to come to you. All these pariharas will remove the sufferings temporarily. If you want to become happy, come and attend my session. First line 1 lakh rupees, second line 50,000 rupees, last line 10,000 rupees. Never. Happiness will not come. If you pay lakh of rupees to the speaker or 10,000 rupees to a speaker, $1 million to a speaker, the speaker will be happy, you will not be happy. Because the life is sukha dukkha. How to come out of this sukha dukkha duality? Understand that if sukha is there, dukkha will be there. If dukkha is there, sukha will be there. If sorrow is there, happiness will come. Happiness will come after sorrow. After that, sorrow. After that, happiness. This is the quite nature of the life. If I put this yantra, that will solve my problem. If I put this stone, that problem will come to an end. If I chant this mantra, that problem will go. If I do the upasana of this particular deity, I will gain power. All these are temporary. Iha para sukartham eva. Either it may give sukham here or it may give sukham in Svargaloka. It is temporary. So what is your aim given by this class is to understand the true reality, which is Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam, which I explained as the fifth step. That is the fifth step, Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam. So understanding that everything is supported by Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam, all these Jagat are changing, thereby it is Anatma, is Jnanam, and understanding that Shuddha Chaitanya Rupam, Aham Asmi, is the Vijnanam. That Vijnanam is otherwise told as Sri Vidya. So this Sri Vidya leads you to Brahma Jnana. So merely sitting and chanting the Kayalahrim, Asagalahrim, Sagalahrim, Brahma Jnana will come or not? Will never come. Brahma Jnana will never come if you chant mantra. This mantra will purify you and it will make you ready to learn Vedanta. So you are benefited. In one way, this class is going to teach about Vedanta. Another way, it guides you to do the Upasana. For Upasana part, Puja, Mantra, Japa, and meditation, Sri Vidya Dhyana. All these things are there. For Vedanta part, a Prakarana Grantha, already we have taught Tattva Bodha, and now we have selected Atma Bodha, Shankara Kritam, Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankaracharya's text it is. From that, we will study the shlokas and we will speak about Vedanta. I will connect how Sri Vidya Upasana will help you to understand Vedanta. So I have shown you the temple on the top of the hill. It is there, top of the hill you have to climb. I have shown. What is that temple? Tattvamasi is that temple. How to climb? How to climb? You need not climb because you are the temple. Ullam Perum Koyil Unudamba Alayam Sulakam. So this is our target. I hope you would have understood the basic introduction in this, from this basic introduction talk, where this will lead you. This will lead you to permanent happiness. Ananda. It will make you to understand that you are Sat Chit Ananda. That is the ultimate target of this class. We will show the meaning in every ritual, as I showed in the Avahana Mantram, in the Visarjana Mantram. Every ritual, every puja, mantra, everything will show you Brahman. Whether you do Ganapati Puja or you do Lalita Parameshwari Puja or you do Guru Paduka Puja, everything will lead you to Brahma Jnanam. So puja is the beginning first. So Thank you for joining us today. And day after tomorrow, we will start the first class of Sri Vidya Krama Puja, Sri Vidya Krama Puja of Navavarna Puja. The text will be sent to you earlier, and we will step by step send you the papers, mantras, everything. And second part of this hour will be Atma Bodha text. Already I have sent you another text also, one Atma Bodha text, which is in English as well as Sanskritam. I will send. We will have a very good time. Thank you for joining us. Let all the Guru Parampara bless you all. And I pray Ma Lalita Parameshwari to give us a long travel without any hindrances, without any vignam. Let us complete this target of understanding Sri Vidya Upasana as well as the basic understanding of Vedanta Marga. Dhanyavadaha. Punarmilamaha. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Don't worry, I am with you.